Scheels is investing $11 million in digital signage. According to Chain Store Age, the employee-owned sporting goods retailer, known for its mega-sized stores filled with all sorts of fun attractions, has completed the digital signage initiative with experiential media has completed its digital signage initiative with experiential media company Mood Media. The digital signage project, which began in October of 2023, involved the installation of approximately 460 LED screens, which is at approximately 13 screens per store. And I did the math. And they are placed through five strategic zones in each store, including men's and women's shoe sections, store corners, structural columns, and above the grand staircases. Wow, sounds cool. Scheels can synchronize the display network for store-wide takeover campaigns by brand partners such as Nike, Adidas, and Lego, interesting, or segment promotional content for localized zone delivery. The initiative consolidates 32 individual store systems into a single unified application through Mood Media's Harmony platform, which provides centralized management of the audio and visual experiences. David, I'm going to start with you on this one too, because I know you're interested to talk about it. Are you pro or con the growth of digital screens in store in general? And is Scheels roughly 13 per store, therefore too many or too few? The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. On this one, I'm even stronger than on the last one. Uh,
Really?
A, I don't think kind of digital signage in every stores and tons of screens makes a ton of sense. For Shields, though, I think it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense, right?
Yeah.
All the Shields are experiential to begin with, right? Whether you're shopping for new golf equipment and you hop in the simulator, or like you want a pair of bowling shoes and you're on the they have a bowling lane in mind. Like I love going there. It's like, my daughter ends up riding the Ferris wheel, and you can go shooting, you can do all kinds of things.
You
I
just
was
won my
actually
bingo card, David, too, for bowling
it really is. I mean,
on the
it's an
podcast.
incredibly well done store from all of the sections and all of the different experiences you can have. And I think this just adds to it. I was actually in a Shields yesterday, saw some of the digital signage, and they had a new Samba drop that I didn't know about. I saw it
Ooh.
on and I actually went and bought a new pair of Samba. So like it works, and I think it's perfectly placed in their stores.
I
It builds on the experience that is already walking into the Shields big box that exists today. So it's right in line with their strategy.
I love
So
that
you like it?
I love that David's setting us up to just take like retail safaris for every headline. First we're going to Milan,
Pretty
then we're gonna go
much.
buy Sambas at Shields. I like your style, David.
I know. I've got
Yeah,
like
I have
five
an
pairs of
agenda here.
Sambas.
Like, we're gonna get us on
Yeah,
the road.
right. Yeah, let's get us on the road. Yeah, take this podcast on the road. That's a great idea, David. All right, and I was talking about this a little bit with you yesterday. I think
Yeah.
so. My question for you, coming off what David just said, is does the category matter in terms of the success of digital screens? What's your thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lisa's the best person we can ask about this given her experience. But I do think, like David's saying, that this is one of the use cases where I do feel like digital screens make an impact. I think you have brands that are already creating really engaging content. A while back, we talked to Ariane, the chief digital
Ariane
officer, I
Parisi?
think. Yeah, Parisi of JD Sports, and she was just talking about how they're using this content on their website on the product detail pages, and then they're to be able to see that again in these large multifaceted displays that you're seeing in a Shield, for example. I think it's great continuity for that brand to kind of be there and use their brand representation that they have with athletes and other things, and all the content in another space. So I like it in this category with these big brands like Nike, Adidas, Lego, and some of the other big brands that Shields carries too. So I think it makes sense here. I have a problem with it when we start to get into, putting 300 of these in a grocery store, for example, to advertise cottage cheese. Like, I don't know that that's going to have the same allure here, but for this specific use case with these brands in the departments like footwear, I think it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, and the other question that brings up for me too, Anne, are we liking this more because we're envisioning it more as a branding play and or is it more of a retail media play? So Lisa, what's your take on this discussion?
Well, it's funny because my take is a little bit different than the three of you. My initial reaction when I looked at it, that I think it was an overspend in the digital screen space. And the reason I say that, listen, consumers that are shopping online first. That's their digital retail screen. So yes, they can link all those same assets from the brands that they do there, because most people are shopping on their phone before they're going into a store. When they go into a store, they want physical touch. They want interaction from a sales associate. They want experiential. I'll give David that, because I think Scheels is great at that. But that means there's somebody in the store, whether it be a celebrity, an athlete, a consumer that can talk to the product, wear the product, display the product. I think real live action is what people want to participate in when they go to the retail store, because they could do all the other stuff online.
So said another.
Go ahead.
That's really interesting. So said another way, the $11 million investment you think could be repurposed to do the things that you're talking about versus like putting digital screens to show the same content that people are going to see on their mobile phones via TikTok, Instagram, and such.
100%. I mean, I think it's a proven fact that consumers go to the store for an experience and a touch point, not more screen time. That's my perspective.
I 100% agree with you, Lisa. So yeah, I didn't know how I got lumped in with the other two, because I'm on your page. 100%. Yeah, I think that the only points I would make to kind of add on to what you said is I think there's a lot of retailers, and I don't know if Scheels is one of them, because they have pretty big stores, 13 screens per store. Maybe they can do that, and David's seen it and says it looks pretty good. But I think there's going to be a lot of retailers that are ruining the day they put all these digital screens in the store for the purpose of, quote, retail media, which is why I asked you that question, because, and there's a lot of reasons for that. One, like you just said, Lisa, they're expensive. And then two, the tech gets obsoleted over time. Like, what changes faster than a digital screen? Like a digital television changes all the time. And then they're also really hard for the stores to manage. Like, if they don't work, they break, and then you get bad content going through them. So for my money, like, that's why I don't like them. And if, to your point, Lisa, I would actually be experimenting with audio plays, because audio plays are easier to manage in the store. You can promote the messages you want. It just seems like a simpler, easier way to go about this. But Lisa, you have something else you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to add to you on the tech side. I can't tell you in the last 20 years how many stores I've gone into that have put what they'll call new tech in, and 8 out of 10 times it's broken. And the sales associate doesn't know how to get it to work. And, I know technology is getting better over time, but the maintenance, the software updates that you've got to put in, is it going to be a bad experience? Ultimately, that's the question, because you're turned off when you go in and want to experience, and it's not there as well.
So I'm with you 100%. So, and David, did Lisa and I turn you to our side at all, or what are you guys thinking? Are you still liking this just as much?
Not to lose instead of to win.
Okay, all right. Wow.
It's too hard. I don't want to do this. The maintenance is, it's like, come on, guys. Like, this is,
I don't think it's going to make
the right
you buy.
strategy is progressive and works. I agree. It shouldn't be everywhere. And absolutely, I could care less about, seeing cottage cheese on sale at my local grocer. But in the right environment, this works.
Yeah, I like Lisa's play. I like Lisa's thing, though. We're all budget constrained. And is this the best use of $11 million? Or could you do that to augment the in-store experience and why people go to the store to begin with? I think that's the interesting question here.
But I think you're looking at a different retailer. This is Scheels. This is not like, XYZ retailer. This is a very experience is part of their brand ethos. Like, you are looking for this kinds of stuff. And the one thing that I would say to maybe challenge what Lisa was saying about, having more people in the store, you can't get LeBron James to show up at every Scheels store. That doesn't scale. But you can get LeBron James to record something specifically for Scheels customers talking about a new shoe drop that's coming out this week that's going to go all over these stores. So I do think that, this is a very unique case study where, yes, there is a use case for it in these Scheels screens. The screens are bendable. I haven't seen them, but if it's just shut off completely and it's black, does that detract from the experience, or do you just not see anything and that's fine? Like I think there's more that needs to be more research. I need to do. I need a field trip. Like David
we need
said.
to go to Scheels. Yeah, all right. We'll let Lisa in here. Lisa wants to chime in again, and then we'll move on. But Ann, I do think you could get Dick Weber to display his bowling shoes. To David's point. But anyway, Lisa, go ahead. Finish this out.
One thing, LeBron James can drop a personalized message to your email, you know, or your screen at home, just as well. So I just challenge, spend the money, go for driving different things. I just don't think it's in the sense of a screen.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love this show already. This show is great.